Set in the beautiful north of Spain, where the Green Mountains and Cantabria roll towards the Atlantic coast, Heras once again provides a stunning stage for international show jumping. This is the 5th CSI2 Star Heras Cantabria Infinita Grand Prix, the feature class of the show, and the moment every rider has been building towards. A world ranking competition, pressure, prestige on the line, and a course that, of course, will ask every question. Scope, accuracy, bravery, and belief. Well, across the arena, the combinations are looking to find that balance between control and attack, with one eye on leaving the fences standing and the other on securing a place in that jump off against the clock. A world-class lineup of horses and riders, of course, bringing together many great talents, including some of Spain's very best. And that lady, one of our feature riders here, of course, this is Ima Roque. Hello, I'm Ima Roque, and here at Heras, I run a breeding farm together with my father, where we breed a large number of horses, around 20 a year. Very happy to be able to take part this year. I brought 5 horses with me. Really enjoy this type of competition. Besides the sporting aspect, it is a very pleasant event. You're invited to dinner on the first day, there's a concert, there's the jump and drive. It's got a very family-friendly atmosphere. The arena's in excellent condition and the stables all excellent, with automatic drinkers and permanent. They are very close to the indoor arena where the horses warm up, and also very close to the competition arena. We are very proud to have such mares as Ibera and Elba, both homebreds horses, and are now successfully competing at 5-star level. I believe this is a tremendous opportunity for me to grow as a rider, continue to improve, and hopefully this year to compete for the World Championships. That would be a dream come true. Well, whose dreams will come true today? The weather is on our side. It is a little breezy, but at the end of the day, it is keeping those temperatures down. There is that beautiful indoor arena. The facilities here enjoyed by all, and each and every year gathering a new selection of international talent, as this has become a wonderful fixture on the sporting calendar here in the north of Spain. Well, our course designer is Eduardo Alvarez Estrada, and he and the team set this track in the opening round with a time allowed of 77 seconds. The first to go for Spain, Alberto Robilla and Vino and Esqueta de la Bay. This stallion, San Francais stallion, 12 years of age, for a rider that competed at those Los Angeles Olympic Games. He rode for Spain back in 1984. It's been a long-standing part of the Spanish show jumping arena. Combination jumped into the top 6 here the other day in the qualifier. It's always that little bit harder when you're the first to go. Looping back round, a little bit on the angle. Really pushing on down now over the water tray. Final line. It's all gone to plan so far. Ooh! Well, hang on a moment, the plans have suddenly changed. What a shame in the combination here at the end of the course, which brings them down that final line, the upright, parallel, 2 strides, 1 stride. And of course, that will inevitably, as you will see, bring time penalties as the clock starts to tick up. Jumped it well on the second attempt. When times involved, the score always a little unrepresentative. After all, it is only 4 for jumping, and the remaining penalties coming from the clock to deliver a total of 27 for Alberto Alvarino and Esqueta de la Bay as the very first to go in this Grand Prix. Well, on we move to another of the Spanish stars, because it's the turn now of Ivan Serrano-Cerez riding Guillen de Telma. Of course, he's been a more recent addition to Spanish teams, having competed now at 2 European Championships, including the home championships in A Coruña last year, having also ridden in Rotterdam back in 2019. been in very good form this week with his other horse, Horia Itobatili. Took the win in the second of the Grand Prix qualifiers here yesterday. This 10-year-old by the World Championship sire, Vigorassi. Keeping a beautiful balance and rhythm to the round so far. Now, how does he handle the combination? It's a little bit short in that 2 strides, but big power jump coming out. This is looking really good and solid with the clock as well. He's inside on the time. And that is a clear round. Ivan Serrano said it there, and Guillaume de Talma showing the way and delivering a superb clear to set things up rather nicely. The opening clear round of the class going there to the Spanish combination. And another that will be now hoping to join in with that jump off is Armando Tapate. Hugely experienced rider, and again, a jockey that's been involved in the last 2 European Championships with his lovely star ride Tornado. Of course, that he went to the World Cup final with in Fort Worth in Texas back in April for the first time in his career. Today, with the mare called Matilda, the 10-year-old by Messenger. Finished 3rd here in the qualifier for the Grand Prix, the opening qualifier on Friday. Been busy on the 5-star circuit in Rome and Le Boule, but he also jumped this horse recently as part of the Spanish team in Deauville on the Nations Cup team, which finished in 4th place. See, the weather's now decided to turn against us a little bit as the rain starts to come down, but it hasn't affected Almondo so far. Nicely through that 7-strided line. Brilliant. Well, there you go, 2 in a row. Armando Tapate and Matilda showing why they've been on Nations Cup duty with the reliability of a clear here in this 2-star Grand Prix. The Cantabria Infinita trophy, of course, on offer later to the winner of this prize. But the second clear round coming there from the Spanish rider. Next to go, one of France's most long-standing top riders, from European Championships to Nations Cup finals, and of course more as well another that has ridden at World Cup finals. This is Olivier Robert. Lovely to see Olivier here with Garibaldi de Riverland. This 10-year-old is a horse he's produced up through the young horse classes and has been building up over the last sort of 18 months in terms of just giving a little bit more experience, taking to a little bit of bigger shows, went to the 5-star in St. Gallen. All about just giving a little bit more exposure to Garibaldi. By L'Arc de Triomphe, this stallion, another 10-year-old. Oh, could it be? It is indeed. It is, it is, it is. We have another clear round to add to that ever-growing jump-off list. Olivier Robert bringing all of his talent to bear with that round. Garibaldi de Riverland joins in the mix in that round against the clock. Well, the next, of course, is another opportunity for Spain. Carolina Arasu. She rides here with Loretta H. She's already started her day strongly with the win in the accumulator on Jolie Fleur a little earlier today. Second win of the show, actually, that was already, but she's already had a fence down here today, which is a shame. This 10-year-old mare by the great Korneta Blensky. Horse that she jumped last year on several of the EEF Nations Cup teams, including at the final that took place in Avanches in Switzerland. Final line, try to keep it. Well, I was about to say to a 4, but unfortunately goes to 8. And the last drops as well. This course, that final line proving to be a big power test of accuracy and balance and needing the scope and ability from your horse at the same time to be able to bring that clear round home. So Carolina and Loretta H there on a total of 12 penalties. The focus turns now to the Colombian rider, Santiago Diaz-Ortega. Chaspleen Flamingo Z. The 11-year-old gelding by Codento 933. From Colombia, but based in Belgium. Rode for the Colombians back in the World Championships 4 years ago, and I'm sure we'll be hoping for a place at the World Championships this year. Recently competing in Sopot, where he was on the Nations Cup team with Chaspleen. But there's already an early fence that's dropped today. Such an important time of year for all of the riders looking as well to use these perhaps classes and shows to set themselves in motion for a championship position selection, with Arkin not far off. Lovely jump out over the last part, looking to just try and keep it to that 4 penalty score, and Santiago Diaz-Ortega does keep it to just the 4. Very comfortable with the time allowed. Remind you again, that's 77 seconds. So not to be for the Colombian challenge. Beautiful setting here on this hillside, the rolling hills of Jerez. Now the next in, Inez Hernandez, Yangues and Nemo de Porcio. The gelding by Action Breaker. It's their first international show since the event in Coruña at the end of last year. Jumped here in the Grand Prix last year, this partnership, for just a score of 4. Be tremendous if they could improve on that this time round. Oh no, the middle does ride a little bit short, those 2 strides. They've got to sit them back. The question, I know the frustration, you can see it, bless her. Gives her horse a big pat, but last year it was a score of 4 and she's repeated it this year despite getting, what, 90% of the way round the course before the fault came. But it's that moment in the 2 where you've just got to sit and hold, then know you've got the scope and power to jump out over the parallel at the far end. Well, a man that will certainly have all the experience in the world goes next. Makes the shows in the north of Spain a regular part of his summer calendar. Erik van der Vleuten. Helia de Mies. This mare who's 9 years of age by Quasar de Olid. It's a rider that's, without doubt, be one of the most experienced here. He made his first championship appearance back in the 90s when he went to the World Games in Stockholm, and has been a regular part of the top end of the international sport ever since. Oh, what a shame. Bad luck, Eric. Not your day today, unfortunately, there. That's Eric Jr. and his ride there. Eric Jr. van der Vleuten and Helia de Mies following in the family footsteps. Next to go, it's the turn of Patricia Astres Camara. Another of the opportunities then for the Spanish crowd. And a rider that's been having a pretty successful show, you'd have to say, so far this week. The ride is Carambola. Is gelding by Cassius. My reference to her having a pretty decent week is because she has another horse called Delicine Platière, which has also won 2 classes and then finished 3rd in the accumulator a little earlier today. So confidence will be on her side. Still one of the rising stars of Spanish jumping, having recently been on Nations Cup duty for the young riders, and will be focusing, I do not doubt, on perhaps being part of the upcoming European Youth Championships in Hagen in a couple of weeks' time. Clear round today would certainly go a long way to putting these two back on that European path for the young rider squad for the Spanish team, and that is a combination they'll certainly want to try and make sure they have as part of that team and keep that level of form going, because we have another clear. The young star, well done to Patricia Camara there and Carambola. Well, the rain still coming down. Javier Gutierrez Hilo, Marina Star. Next to go then for the lineup of Spanish riders with this 9-year-old mare of his. Certainly not having the easiest of conditions at this stage, as the weather seems to just sort of come in and out a little bit over the day. Last year, jumped here for her score of 4 in the Grand Prix, then went to Sarajevo the following week, where these two won the speed and handiness class. Also had that 2nd place in Lyon. Can be a very competitive combination, certainly give them a chance against the clock, and they've got pace. But to do that today, they've got to deliver the clear in the opening round. Little gentle rub and roll, but the pole stayed up and over the last, and we will get to see their pace in the jump off. Keep an eye for Javier and Marina Star, because they certainly know how to go quickly, and they're going to have that opportunity, and you can see what it means to him as well. That's a big moment for those two to deliver the clear in this Grand Prix, really showing the progression of that 9-year-old mare as the lady that we spoke to at the start and heard from. Very happy to be here with her team of horses, the Homebred Rides. This, our next on course is Imaroque, Dalia del Masset, 9-year-old by Diamantes Emily. Beautiful looking mare. All of her horses this week been going very well. She's recently been on Nations Cup duty with Elba del Masset in Poland, as well as riding on the Nations Cup team with Irivola in St. Gallen. She'll be very focused. Oh, no. Well, she might be focused, I was going to say, on Aachen, but the focus today, sadly, means there's a fence down for Dalia. She's certainly one of Spain's very top jockeys, very much in form. Had that lovely win in the Grand Prix qualifier in Hamburg earlier in the year. But she's not going to get the opportunity to have a win here in Jerez, so disappointingly, Imaroque and Dalia de Masset sadly missing out on the jump-off. Well, the next to go is Jesus Gramendia, riding with Nina Tilla. Now, this is just an 8-year-old, this mare, by Uniem, out of an Ovidedas mare. Of course, another rider with previous championship performances for the Spanish team. Had that wonderful role to play as well back in May with his other horse, Caramel Blue, when he was on that fabulous winning Spanish team that went to Portugal, because, of course, Lisbon coming back onto the calendar this year with the Nations Cup event and the Spanish team winning that Algeciras Nations Cup. Today, though, with Mike Ox, the younger member of the squad, just a great opportunity to learn, but unfortunately not going to be learning anything in a jump-off because 4 penalties in this opening round. Well, he finishes with the 4, the fence going early and sadly putting pay to the chance. But again, the younger horse in the competition at 8 years of age, I think there's a lot to take away of positive from that round. Great to see this man making the journey. Very busy on the international circuit, and of course World Championships very much in his focus, but this event this year really falling into line to give him the chance to come. He's certainly one of the best. Dure Sibra, Portugal, and Amy Blue, AW. Who started in the world of eventing before crossing over into show jumping and then going on to ride not only at European and World Championships, but then, of course, rode at those Paris Olympic Games where his ranking qualified him as an individual. The horse he's riding, Amy Blue, AW, is a 10-year-old by I'm Special de Muse. Had the top 5 finish with Amy yesterday after his 2nd place on Friday. So it's a combination that have enjoyed their trip here to Jerez so far, but today is the day that'll make them happiest of all, if they can keep jumping like this into the final line. Oh, and it's the first part and the second part. Gets away with the third part, but again, it's the combination at the end that causes the issue. and stops Durant Sibra there, getting into the jump off with Amy Blue AW. What a shame not to see them in that second round. But you've got to jump clear in the first round to get into the second round, and that, unfortunately, getting away from him after a good couple of days of jumping. Next up, it is an opportunity for France. Already with the clear for Olivier Robert. This is Aurélien Leroy. Jakarta Equigien. One or two horses he's got in this Grand Prix. This now 12 years of age, this mare by Lord Z. Another rider that, of course, has been so successful in the world of eventing. And again, though, focus now on the world of show jumping. Still a relatively new horse to him. He only picked this ride up and started with it in April. It's a horse in the past that's been with the likes of Celine Chinambrid de Azevedo. My only little concern at the moment, he's been quite steady. Again, he's sort of got a rhythm that he knows is going to work, and you can see how well Jakarta's jumping out of that rhythm, but he's going to get close to the 77. In fact, he's not going to get in. He's jumped the fences, left them standing, but unfortunately, the time allowed is as equally important as jumping the fences, and a big pat, well-deserved, yes, but in terms of jumping penalties, it's a 2-penalty score there for Jakarta and Aurélien Leroy for France, and it means that he misses out on an opportunity to get into that jump off against the clock. This man knows what it's like to jump off here. He'll hope to do it again. He's a 3-time winner, and with this horse, the defending champion. He's won it in 2023, the inaugural year. He won it in 25, and then again in 2026 with Casa Diva that he rides today. Álvaro González de Zarata Fernandez. He has certainly made this show his own. Of course, the anomaly from his point of view was when Pelo Isabel won it in 2024. Down in front of the hedge. I love the way that the crowd here can look down from on high, and just, it gives you that sort of bird's eye view of the course, as well as the hospitality, giving you the close-up view on the end. There's lots of great vantage points to this arena that's cut into the side of the hill. But this man has certainly found the best view on on 3 occasions, I should say, out of the 4 so far, because he's been the winner. And the Casa Diva has got the chance to do it again. Wow. Álvaro González de Zarata Fernandez is in the jump-off yet again and has got the chance to win it yet again. He is very much at home when he is here in Heras. Well, moving forward to see if this combination could perhaps join the mix as well, because next to go, it's the talent from Spain that is Alex Godnia Lira and Espoir de la Science, the 12-year-old by President. Hops that wall. Wall's actually jumped quite well. Another of the young riders. Still just 24 years of age. Had a busy start to the year down on the Sunshine Tour, where he wrapped things up there with a good win on his other horse, London Blue. Can Spain find their way to another clear round here? Again, just want to be a little bit careful with the clock because he's been quite steady. You can see when they start to check and have to hold on the loops between the fences, what's happened here is the reason why you end up giving away time every time you've got to sit back and regroup and hold, and you change because you're obviously trying to do it to get that balance and that feel again. But of course, you're breaking the rhythm in doing so, and you need to have that forward rhythm to be able to keep up with the 375 metre per minute speed. So unfortunately, 3 time penalties and not going into the jump off there for Alex. Well, the focus for our next is a man that is certainly known for having plenty of speed about him, Luca Maria Moneta. It is a man that's won many, many classes and jumped, of course, on plenty of teams over the years as well. In Luca today, riding knockout. Of course, he had that amazing championship ride called Neptune Brucourt that took him to World and European Championships as part of the Italian lineup. He's already shown us just how fast knockout can be when he took the win on Friday in the Grand Prix qualifier here. But it's a horse that arrived here in winning form after their trip to Berizol. On paper, without doubt, one of the favourites, but to convert that, they've got to convert this first round into a jump-off opportunity. Well, that opportunity comes a knocking for knockout. He's shown us the pace in the qualifier. He's kept with that brilliant form from Friday and delivered a clear here on Sunday. And we may well have seen last year's defending winner, defending champion through. He's certainly going to get a big challenge there from Luca. Well, can Kevin join in the mix as well? As Kevin Gonzalez de Zarata Fernandez is the next up. Riding here with Le Sharif, the 10-year-old by Casalido. Course that's ridden so well. Of course, Kevin, another that was part of that fabulous winning team in Lisbon this year when he rode Durgerel de Lisette. But he's had the first part of the double down, a fence that we haven't really seen cause too many issues. And sadly, from Kevin's point of view, it's a big issue for him because it stopped him getting into the jump off. Well, coming down the final line, the time's not going to be a problem. But the 4 penalties is still there. And that early offence in the line going down at 8A, causing Kevin a score of 4 and not able to progress forward into the jump off against the clock. Although we've got quite some lineup of combinations going through with 9 clear rounds, including this man, Olivier Robert. His first time here at Jerez, and he has to say that he's delighted to be here. He won't say that we are looking to try and flee the French weather because, of course, in truth, well, he planned to compete in Paris this week and then came to Spain the following week. But when he saw Jerez's schedule, it looked absolutely fantastic. And he received the invitation for Alejandro and has been very happy to be here because the venue features magnificent jumping arena. It comes with, of course, a tremendous opportunity for horses that are still gaining experience. And they improved tremendously up to this afternoon. So he's really, really pleased to be here. And his, of course, first ride here produced a clear round. Still quite a young horse. Today wasn't necessarily expecting to make the jump off. So he'll take the jump off calmly and try to secure a placing. Another that is also with us here this week is this man.
I'm here at Heras International two-star show. It's my first time here. I'm very happy to be here. I'm good friends with Kevin and Alvaro, and they told me the last few years to come, and I had the opportunity to come this year, and I'm very happy and impressed with the facilities, and you know, it's very familiar show, so it's a great weekend. The area also is lovely here, so yeah, for sure it's a place that I think about coming back. It also was a good preparation now before the World Games to drop down a level, and for me also to have a nice smaller show. So yeah, very happy, and hopefully I will come back next year.
Great to see the new faces here, but now to the jump off against the clock with these 9 combinations returning over the course that is set out by Eduardo Alvarez Estrada, and it's certainly one they're going to be having to think about. Having, of course, qualified is one thing, but conquering the jump off when you've got to put your foot to the floor and go flat out is something else. So there's the lineup as it starts with Ivan Serrano-Perez, Armando Trapattei, and Oriol Leroy. Just keep an eye as well for that man at the end, Luca Monetta, the winner of the qualifier, but also going just before him, of course, is the defending champion with Casa Diva. There is lots to play for in this jump-off round. And the first rider to go, the rider that gave us the first clear and Spain's first chance, Ivan Serrano-Perez, looking to set the standard with Guyan de Telma first to go. Leaping back 9, 10, 11, the same as it was in the opening round. Then now to the second 2 parts of the combination that was, and he lands out of there, but he's on 4 already. Now, coming back to new fences. This now the vertical at 14, and then a long old run to the last one end of the arena, all the way down to the other. And over the final fence they go, 40.07 on the clock. But unfortunately, it comes with a score of 4 for Ivan Serrano-Perez as the first to go, with his 10-year-old mare, Guyan de Telma. And as is always the case in any jump-off, if you're the first to go clear, then you're the first to put the pressure on those that will follow. And unfortunately, it hasn't come off for those two. What about these two then? Second up, Spain once more. Armando Trapattei rides Matilda, another 10-year-old mare. This time, though, by Messenger. A rider that's usually never that slow. Can he find a bit more pace? But more importantly, can he find a clear? He's certainly getting off and running pretty quick. Through the double that caused the problems for Ivan. Turns tight, lands there in 25 seconds. Gets in a little deep. Now he's got to push to the last. Can he get us started with the clear rounds? One more to jump, though. It's certainly quick. Oh, no, he's had it down. You could just perhaps see, because he knew he was going to have to turn right-handed afterwards, and I just wonder there if Matilda was just predicting that a little bit, and Armando Trapattei just moved through the air over to the right-hand side. And unfortunately, despite what is a very quick time, 37.69, delivers a score of 4, and what we're missing at the moment is a clear. Well, could come from this man, Oriol Leroy for France. One of 2 French riders in this jump-off with Casino Blue PS, the German-bred gelding by Contagos. And he's certainly trying to get a decent rhythm to this round early on. Need to be landing over this fence in around 25 seconds, but of course important that you still need to be clear, and he did indeed land in around 25, 26 seconds. So he's a little bit behind Armando in terms of time, but at the moment he's still clear. But we know it's this fence you've got to jump as well, and there's the first clear round. It comes to France's Aurélien Leroy and Casino Blue PS. Delivered perfectly, and clear round number 1 of the jump-off sets things up for all of those that follow. And it puts the pressure on them all, because you've got to go quick, but you've got to leave the fences standing as well. So France lead, but Spain now once again, and it's the first of two opportunities for last year's winner. Álvaro González de Zarate Fernandez, a three-time winner previously here. Two chances start with Colin 8, the younger horse, the 9-year-old mare. It's a lovely stride in and out of the double now, turning, keeping the control. Oh, he's quicker. He lands in 24 seconds. He's got time in his pocket, but he's still got to jump the fence and leave it standing. Picks out his stride perfectly, sets a new leading time, 37.41, over a second quicker than Olien. So it is last year's winning rider, the man that's won it 3 times on 3 different horses here. Well, if he was to win it with Collien, it would be 4 with 4 different horses, although he's still got another ride to come with last year's winner. But great to see this man here, one of the younger parts of his, or I should say less experienced parts of his team. But Olivier Robert is in the jump off with Garibaldi de Riverland. He said he wanted to just deliver a nice clear in the jump off, but you can already see he's not going particularly slowly. I think he smells an opportunity and jumps through the double. Now he needs to be landing over the next fence in around about 24 seconds. He's a little bit down. He lands in 25, but look at the big open stride of this stallion. Covers the ground. And now he's pushing. Oh, look at this. He's really picked up the pace. This is going to get tight. This is close. 37.81. It is close. He's only 0.4 of a second off the lead. That huge stride and acceleration that he was able to just move up and away from the fence at the end towards the last. Garibaldi de Riverland, for the moment at least, goes into second for Olivier Robert as we turn our attention now to Javier Gutierrez Lilo and Marina Star. He has been in tremendous form with this horse. We know how much pace they have. On paper, one of the favourites, and you can really see that he's going to try and topple Alvaro from the top of the order. Just needs to be a little careful. Getting in really tight on the turn. Rolls back round the corner. This is fast. 23 as he landed. Little slip and slide. Hasn't affected them. Kept the balance. The crowd are behind him. They're cheering him on. Pushing him towards the last. Can he get there? Yes, surely. 36.33. He's over a second faster than Alvaro. And Javier Gutierrez Lilo now leads the way here in Jerez with a cracking round on Marina Star. The 9-year-old mare looking quite outstanding. That is going to take a bit of beating as we move, though, to last year's winner. He's just been toppled from the top. Now he's got the chance to reclaim the lead. Now he's got the chance to do the double with Casa Diva. A 4th win, maybe. A back-to-back win, possibly. Álvaro González de Zarate Fernandez. Casa Diva PS. We know the split. It wants to be around 23. Very quick, skipping across the floor. Lands there, in touch. It's nip and tuck between them both at the moment. Got a much nicer turn. Now he's going to push. Now he's got to go. Oh, he's going to take one out. He's going to try. He got it a little deep. He's done it, surely. 35.72. Oh, quite outstanding. Casa Diva certainly danced her way with a quick step to the last. She has delivered again, for the time being at least, with Alvaro. But there is still one to go, and this could provide a knockout punch to a back-to-back win for Casa Diva. He's already won the qualifier here 2 days ago. He arrived here in winning form, the Italian Luca Maria Moneta. This is the gelding knockout, the last to go in the jump-off. 35.72, the time to beat. One end of the arena to the other. Now the turn back. Gets the double out the way. Needs to to be around that 23, 24 seconds. He's not far away, although I'd say he's a fraction behind at the moment. Pushing on, Luca Maria Monatta. Trying to get over the last, sets the final time at 37.21 in the end. Oh, sorry, 37.21. And that is the podium. He's managed to finish in third, and he's pretty happy. He's smiling away. But it means your winner. He's won it for the fourth time, and it's back-to-back with Casa Diva. Alvaro González de Zarata Fernandez really does feel at home here, as he once again takes the Cantabria Infinita trophy and heads out for the presentation ahead of Javier Gutierrez, Rillo and Marina Star, Luca Maria Monatta and Knockout. But this man has certainly shown the class of the field. It was a superb round to win it once again, and what an amazing partnership they make together. And there is the fourth time he has lifted this quite amazing trophy. Well, let's hear from the man himself, the winner of the class. It is Alvaro, truly delighted to have won the Grand Prix. It's a very special victory for both him and the mare. Especially like to dedicate this win to Federico Cabot, who together with his children and was such a person with whom started the project here. The mare also began her journey with them. In a way, this was one for him, winning this Grand Prix. He always does. It's an absolute privilege and, of course, great satisfaction for winning here. In fact, it's the second successive year that he's won the Grand Prix, and it makes it even more special. Absolutely delighted, thrilled, so happy. Excellent against such very fast riders in the jump-off. You could see from the start that it was a one that you had to really try to win. Now, of course, they've gone so fast, and at the end, two more riders, well, they may well have tried, but it's Casa Diva that was absolutely perfect. She gave everything, she always does. Thank you so much, leaving here delighted. But let's have a little look at the head-to-head between Alvaro on the left, Javier on the right. Neck and neck at the beginning, but already Alvaro just showing just perhaps a fraction, but Marina Star trying to see if she can catch up, but she's a little bit down at the moment. And it was actually in that first line that Alvaro found that time. In fact, Marina Star able to come back a bit later on in the course. He ended up a little deep, but he pushed so quickly towards the end. It was a superb round of jumping, a cracking round of jumping there to deliver. Luis, happy to be here at this Heras event. A large crowd than we've seen before as well, which is an added privilege to welcoming some good international riders. This is the first year without Federico. From the government's perspective, he wanted to take this opportunity to recognise his work and everything he accomplished over the years to bring this event to its fifth edition. Very pleased under the President Berger government. Our goal is to continue supporting this event, helping it to grow and strengthen it year after year. This year has also featured a number of outstanding activities beyond the equestrian competition itself, including collaborations with the Racing Foundation, various other initiatives. We want to continue to work alongside these lines, maintaining our commitment and support. I would like also to invite all of the people to Cantabria to join us again next year for the next edition, because this is a unique and enriching experience for everyone. It's a wonderful event featuring riders of the highest level, and I believe it is important for people to come, take part, enjoy a meal here and spend a day with us. These are 3 wonderful days celebrating the world of horses, and I encourage everyone in Cantabria to come and join us each and every year. It is great. Well, as the tributes have been paid, it is, of course, the opportunity for the riders this year as well. So they gathered together on this final day as a tribute in a minute's silence in memory of Federico San Miguel, who was the founder of Jerez and a prominent figure in Cantabria. He passed away in December of last year. A tremendous legacy that has been left, and the riders paying honour and tribute to that. And none more so than those that jumped in this arena and delivered such a spectacular Grand Prix once again. It truly has been. Well done, Alvaro, who wins it again on Casa Diva. It has been great to be here in Jerez once more for this, the Grand Prix.